Hello, welcome back to Pecuniary Season 3, and we are now at the very last episode of Pecuniary Season 3 with me, your host Nur Amira. And we brought to you at the very last episode an interesting topic, which is towards a cashless society. So here we have a very special guest, Sister Durra Nur Nazeera, right? She is a fourth year Canadian student. So can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Durra Nur Nazeera. Everyone can call me Durra. I am a final semester student of Bachelor of Economics, specialised in finance, and I have undergo my internship with EPF and also with Pejabat Menteri Besar.
In the EPF.
In EPF, basically EPF is a government-linked company, but not so government because it now we call Badan Berkanun. I don't know in English Badan Berkanun, but internship with EPF, I just apply via emails and everything, and for me it's quite interesting because we know during COVID everyone is talking about 10,000 ICNA I citra, and everyone asks more about that. And I believe that this is an economist work, either want to release 10,000 or not, because it is a big decision. Because 10,000 per EPF member is very big, and we need also think and focus. If we give 10,000 to them, what happened to their future in their old time? Because we afraid if we as government we need to tampung, we need to tampung this aging population in Malaysia, because it will incur a lot of cost, because these old people, we can say that they are no longer productive, because they cannot give back to the society, or they can no longer work. So that is I am interesting about, because it will somehow train me on how to make a decision based on current situation.
So it is very beneficial for you as an individual, and also like to people around you, right?
Yes.
Alright, so we get into this topic towards the cashless society. Alright, so the first question would be, what is the best way to describe a cashless transaction?
Alright, when we say about cashless, we can think of cash, make a payment without giving cash, which is the note and also the coin. Meaning we using any digital device, for example our smartphone, our tablet, even our smartphone, for us to make a payment. So this cashless, I think everyone is quite common in quite familiar about this cashless. And talking about cashless, everyone must take part of this cashless, because we need to know that now Bank Negara Malaysia is taking application from commercial bank in Malaysia to make a digital bank. Meaning after this, we no longer need to go to the bank physically, walk in, make appointment. We can just we can have, for example, Maybank in digital. So maybe we can see any, for example, in EPF we have Alia, right? Alia, the what we call a person yang in the message, the operator, that one. So we are reaching to that phase in our banking. But right now, Bank Negara will finalize, if I'm not mistaken, about only 7 commercial bank that will be selected to be digital banking. So the rest, they still need to survive with this physical, temporary traditional way of banking. We need to go walk in, we need to go physical with the bankers.
I see. But for me, myself, I also like, sometimes I'm thinking, oh, do I need to go to the bank? You know, it's really, waiting for a long line and stuff. So if it can be, online and stuff, it would be convenient for us, and then we are 2022 after all, right? Yeah, okay. So as technology grows, e-wallets have been introduced to the world as one of the alternative in paying for daily expenses, right? So however, some people might be confused regarding the cashless and e-wallet term. So is e-wallet part of cashless, and what are the differences between them?
Alright, e-wallet and also cashless. Cashless is a type of payment, meaning we don't use money, but e-wallet is some we can imagine it as apps and apps. For example, Tachengo, we have what else? Boost, Shopee Pay. That is like a wallet that store your money, but when you want to pay, you use cashless method. That is in order for you to do cashless method, you need to have e-wallet first.
That's a medium.
Yes, that is a medium. So the difference is that that one lah. E-wallet and also cashless method. E-wallet is a medium for us to do cashless method payment.
I see. So, yeah, what you say, that if we want to go cashless, we have to have those apps in order for us to proceed to go cashless.
Okay. However, we need to remember that cashless is not only by e-wallet, because we also can pay by our card, which no need our e-wallet.
PayWave.
So that is PayWave. Also, we can. However, I have this one advice, which is if you guys your debit card or your credit card can use a Wave. And if you are not very careful person, because there is a case where she lost her wallet, her purse, and the person just simply go to the shop, and use Wave. So if you think that it is not safe for you and you are not very careful of your belonging, make sure you call bank or go to the bank and say to them you want to turn off the Wave. This is, you can do this because once you want to waive, the cashier will say the payment is rejected. You need to put in your six-digit code. So that is also a tips for everyone to make sure that if you lost your card, at least you can block your card without losing your money.
I see. So cashless is convenient and stuff, but we still need to be careful.
Yes,
Alright,
sure.
So recently, the government has introduced financial aid to students through cashless system, which is like the e-Pemula, right? So why is this aid channeled through the e-wallet system? What are the advantages?
Alright, in order for us to move to the digital banking like I explained before, we need to make sure that all people in Malaysia also familiar with these apps, this application. So the way we need to teach them and make sure that everyone get that financial literacy and or financial education is by giving them money. If you want to use, you need to use our method that we want to implement in Malaysia. So indirectly, these people, they don't know about e-wallet, but by time, I want to use this e-Pemula 150. I need to ask my friend how to do it, and also we not even ask our friend because TikTok will say everything. TikTok will show to you e-Pemula is like this, and even smarter than government, they can cash out their money using their friend's business account and everything. So for me, that is actually a way for government to educate people on how to practice e-wallet and also cashless payment. And also there is also government also need have initiative to educate the people, right? So this is one way of educate us, and maybe in the future we can say that BRIM, any government financial aid, we can give in term of e-wallet or in apps, so that everyone need to familiarize themselves to use this app, this cashless payment method and everything. Because if government alone want to move from the traditional way of banking to digital way of banking without the support of the rakyat itself, so this cannot work. It will just waste government money, and only government like Syok sendiri doing everything digital, but the rakyat is not familiar at all with this method.
So it's like a training and a practice for us, to go cashless in the near future.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Right. So, like what you say, Shopee Pay, Boost, and Touch and Go are some of the e-wallets platforms that are being used nowadays. If we go through each one of them, they offer what benefits like coupons and vouchers. And so, are these companies not afraid of loss when they offer these benefits? What is your opinion?
In my opinion, all these vouchers is actually some sort of marketing because. For example, if government give 150 e-Pemula, so all other companies start to give vouchers, discount. So it is actually government help this company to attract more customer. So meaning if 150 e-Pemula, and suddenly T-Life make 50% off. Everyone, anyone pay with e-Pemula can get 50% off. So this actually government help to bring back the economy of consumption, meaning that this company. This T-Life company, we want to boost back their consumption because we understand that during lockdown, anyone cut down also their T-Life, their boba. So this is one way of this company collaborate with government on how to increase our consumption and also to increase their sales in order to make sure that our economy start to circulate back. The money go to the people, and then the money go to back to the companies, and it will rotate, and it will actually generate back the economy that we lose during that lockdown.
So it is definitely not a loss for them.
Yes, not a loss.
Because like it will attract more people.
Yes, when they give more voucher, more people buy, and it's actually cover up the vouchers and discount that they give to them.
I see. That's very interesting. So that is a very interesting way to look at like the vouchers and stuff. Because sometimes we wonder like why would they give all of this, So yeah, that is a very interesting topic to be discussed on, and we will have more things to be discussed. Stay tuned, guys. Don't forget to stay tuned.
Go anywhere. We'll be right back. Are you having difficulties in managing your money? Well, there is someone called financial advisor that could lend a hand for you in this case. Financial advisors aren't just for rich people. Working with an advisor is an excellent option for anyone who wants to get their personal finances in order to create long-term goals. To discover the best financial advisor for your needs, follow these steps. Firstly, it is crucial to decide what assistance do you need on your financial plan. The best financial planner is the one who can help you chart a course for all your financial needs. Depending on your stage of life, you may not require extensive financial planning. People with simple financial lives, such as young people without children or major debt, may just require help with retirement planning. People with complex financial needs, on the other hand, may demand further assistance. They may also want to establish college accounts or trusts for their children, manage difficult debt payment scenarios, or solve challenging tax problems. Next, choose financial advisor services you want. Typically, different advisors provide different services which depends on your financial needs. For example, estate planning. For those who wish to leave a legacy, financial advisors can assist you transfer your wealth to the next generation, whether that's family, friends, or charitable causes. Another example is debt management. Financial advisors will work with you to create a payment schedule if you have outstanding debts such as credit card debt, student loans, vehicle loans, or mortgages. Stay tuned for more tips as the live broadcast will be starting shortly.
Welcome back to Pecuniary Season 3, all about ringgit. So we are still here with me, Nur Amira, your host for today, and with our title, Towards a Cashless Society. And we are still with our special guest, Sister Durra Nur Nazeera, right? Alright, so Sister Durra, so in your opinion, we talk about cashless and stuff, so is there a need for disclosure about this online payment system, like in a wide range? If so, why is it necessary?
Alright, talking about financial disclosure, if you have go to any website, for example, donation website, for example, Kita Fund, is it? I don't remember the exact website, but they do financial disclosure on how much money they receive and how they spend their money, so that everyone who donate and that at that particular, for example, section of, for example, helping cat or maybe helping folk, so they can see, they need a budget of 20,000, let's say, and right now we already have 15,000, 5,000 more, so people can see very transparency with the transparency, and they can even see how this money is spent. For example, this cat already sent to the clinic, to the hospital, it takes about 8,000, and then about and of course, if we are doing this charity, we also need to know that they also some part of money that we need to pay for the person who manage this money, right? So we need to disclose everything, because when we pay something, we want to know where our money goes, right?
Yes.
And also this will also an advantage for government body and also Bank Negara, LHDN, to see any suspicious activity. For example, we like as student, if we are usually spending about 20 ringgit, 10 ringgit in our usual transaction, is only quite low amount of money, but suddenly we have a big amount of money come into our bank. So this bank can actually investigate why suddenly this student receive a lot of money. So they can see from which account, from where, when, and they can see this activity is it a legal or illegal activity. So for me, financial disclosure is very important, because it is also can avoid any if the people, for example, we pay our cash at the cashier, and the cashier can take the money, put into their pocket. So we cannot see that unless we want to check every single time on the CCTV either the cashier is honest or not. So that is taking time, right? So we disclose the financial statement or financial infographic is also helpful for us to know where our money goes and and this is also interesting part where, for example, one MDB case, right? We have a forensic accountant where their task is they need to do a forensic job but on about money, because forensic we usually think of the body of that people, right? But right now the accountant of forensic, they will see where this money go, where, when, how, why they give to these people. And then for me, this financial disclosure is very important, because if there is illegal, because we need to know that illegal activity is actually not create any added value to the economy. For example, like gambling. Gambling is why we cannot do gambling in Islam, because gambling, if you do transaction without, we just like 0 or 1, like a zero sum game, meaning I give you money, you give me money, but there is nothing we create. For example, yes, because if we buy phone, for example, we buy Apple iPhone, right? So it open job opportunity for the shop to operate. We need to have the staff, we need to have the management team to create this job opportunity. And then when the phone is also sell, it benefit me, so that I can use this phone to anything else. I need to use telco, right? So it open telco job opportunities. So that is a added value created lah, because it will have economic impact. But if you do gambling or illegal activity, and if it continuously operate, it will be impact on our economy, because we think that our money is very large, but the impact to the society, to the economy, is actually nothing.
So like the money will go nowhere with those activities, right? And right. So is we go like to a smaller parts, which is it necessary for like vendors or roadside stalls to improve their payment system, to add the cashless transaction? What do you think?
I think they need and they must change their transaction way of paying, because if we, the customer, really want to use e-wallet, but the seller not give the chance for us to use that, it will not operate, because both seller and buyer need to have this same level of method in paying cashless transaction, right? So for me, it's not fair if the rakyat want to pay via e-wallet, but the seller don't provide that. So for me, and also we can see during last Ramadan, right? Many bazaar have the QR code in front of their stall, right? Touch and Go, also Maybank QR code. What MAE payment?
Sure.
M2U, MAE. Because for me, that is a good thing, because we know people, the seller is also I have come into this TikTok video where the people want to use e-wallet, but the seller don't have that e-wallet. So the customer go to another shop. So
true.
This any seller out there, you need to know that your potential customer might be a person who is digitalized themselves. And if you are not transform your business from the traditional way of paying method to the modern way or the cashless method, you are exposed to the losing of your potential customer. Because right now, if we need to be agile and adapt with what current situation is, and also government give this initiative, and we need to support that in order for us to achieve what Wawasan Kemakmuran Bersama 2050. We need to give our cooperation to help government achieve what negara maju. We want to have negara maju, what we have SDG, everything, right? So we need to all together, we need to work together, give cooperation, give support in order to make what government aim success.
Yeah, I think when you say about lost opportunity to have like more customers, like personally for me, if I don't have cash, right, even though like their food look tasty and I want to buy that, but like, oh sorry, we only receive cash. I was like, then I cannot go because I don't really have a cash. So the one who have that cashless transaction provided to us, we will go there, like definitely. True. Yes. Okay. So next, so during the COVID-19 outbreak, people started changing their buying behavior from offline to online. So this is also applicable to way of payment when digital payment volume surged rapidly. So how did the merchant adopt these changes, and how did they connect them to the banks?
Okay, if we see that before we pay, for example, if you want to do e-wallet transaction, or we want to touch our card, there is a terminal.
Mm.
The small machine with silver color, right? Where we
Yes,
can
yes.
put our 6-digit
Yes.
pin. That is a terminal.
Ah.
There is a situation where I myself experienced on this big furniture shop. I think everyone knows, where I touch on the terminal. I touch not using using the pin. I touch, and then the cashier said, this money is not yet deducted. Can you once again use code? And then then after that I check back on my payment to you. There is double deduction. So I confused. Who I need to contact? Either the shop or the bank. So I just call the customer service of that shop and I ask. So what the shop tell me is, they ask me to contact bank, which is bank will liaise with the shop using the terminal. The terminal will see, the shop will look at the CCTV, and the bank will look at the terminal. Either there is any floating amount or not. So that is one way of how this merchant, or maybe we can say a bank, can capture all the transaction of cashless payment method lah, which is even we want to use QR code, they will use that terminal to scan our QR code, right?
Yeah.
So they will capture everything on that. So if there is any misunderstanding, because we need to understand in digital there is also a problem that we need to cater, right? For example, double deduction. The system said is down, but however it's already deduct my money, right? So government and also other body, bank, merchant also need to stand by of this problem and this expected problem that happen. So for me, merchant must be more ready than us, because this is our money, right? Because if it is about like 100, it's okay. But if it is 1,000, 100,000, million, billion, or maybe a project, it will be very, very hard for them to solve it lah. So for me, merchant, both of side, the merchant, the seller, the buyer, we need to make sure that we need to minimize any risk. For example, provide the best solution if the terminal deduct twice, because they already ready for the solution. So we just need to make sure everything going smooth lah.
But I think like even though like there's a risk, but like being cashless is really have benefits, because even if we lose our money, they can track the transaction and stuff. So it can ease us to get our money back, right? So guys, we'll be back with more interesting topics after this, so stay tuned.
We'll be right back. Then, you need to acknowledge how financial advisors are compensated. Financial advisors can charge in a variety of ways, but fee-only financial advisors are the most objective and unbiased. To identify the finest financial advisor, you must understand how a potential financial advisor may be compensated, such as by charging an asset-based charge, an hourly fee, or by sharing in commissions. However, you must recognize the difference between a fee-only advisor and a non-fee-only advisor. A non-fee-only advisor may be entitled for different sorts of kickbacks or incentives from their employer if they accomplish sales targets or goals. For example, if you are buying an investment that you intend to keep for a long time and will not require continuing counsel, paying a commission may be the most cost-effective option. However, if you want someone to update your financial plan and address ongoing inquiries, a commission-based price structure is not the best option. And also, it is important to analyze the background of your chosen financial advisor. If you choose to deal with a typical financial advisor, you must thoroughly examine them. Verify any credentials they claim to have and check into any disciplinary issues, such as fraud. If you deal with an online financial advisor, it's not a terrible idea to do this as well, but most will perform the vetting for you. It is also critical to understand the advisor's educational history and professional credentials. The financial world is complex, and you'll need a counsel who has demonstrated competence in dealing with it. Thus, professional help would make your financial plan properly arranged.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Pecuniary Season 3, all about ringgits. So we are still here with me, your host Nur Amira, with our title Towards a Cashless Society, and with our special guest, Sister Durra. So Sister Durra, we have talked a lot about, like before we talk about how cashless, you know, even though there's a risk and stuff, we can still, you know, track our money. So for me, myself, I think is like put myself on ease more than like if it's like physically, you know, we pay cash, we can't really track that, right? So we have to ask the sellers and stuff, and they can lie, of course, right? So yeah, I think that's like one of the benefits of the cashless. So we are now we are moving on to talking about the cashless lifestyle, right? So when it comes to cashless, we know that we can easily pay for our stuff without worrying about not having enough money. Therefore, are there any tips you can share on how we can save our money without like crossing our budget?
Okay, talking about saving, for me, there is two ways of people think, and I would like to correct this way of thinking. Firstly, if you get your salary, you deduct all your commitment, paying cars, paying bills and everything, and the rest you will save. So if the remaining is big, so you will save big. If the remaining is less, you will save less. But what I found out that if we have salary or a bulk of income, we actually need to put aside the saving first. After that, we need to adjust our lifestyle according to what is the remaining. Because and I prove that this I have been practiced since I am 17 years old. And I met the banker, and the banker said this is the correct way of saving. It's not for example, if this month you go to vacation, so you have spent a lot of money, then the remaining money is less, so you save less. No, cannot. Because for me, saving is you need to train yourself and be disciplined in saving. Because you cannot say if you are in emergency time, you cannot say, oh, my saving is very very low because I have vacation last month. You cannot say like that, because emergency fund for me is regardless what you're doing last month. If it is emergency, for example, your parents admitted to hospital, you need to have that money. So you need to be disciplined. And even in Maybank to you, we have tabung, which the icon tabung, and you can create how many, for example, tabung for mak, tabung for raya. You can create that money, and you can separate your money from the saving account to this tabung, so that if you want to spend, it will deduct from your saving account. It will not disturb any money from this tabung. So you can know, oh, my budget for this month already left 100 now. So you can manage from that saving account without touching the donation, the tabung part. And also, yes, and also, for example, my sister, what she did is that when she received the salary, she will segregate the salary. For example, some amount of money to settle. So if she want to refill the fuel, she will use all the monies in these fuel apps, and she will also transfer some amount of money using Touch and Go e-wallet. For example, for tolls, RFID, for daily transaction, and also the rest she will put at the bank as a saving. So for me, that is a way of without we not spending using our money cross the borderline, because we are already segregate. And if we have a bulk of money in our current saving account, we see, oh, a lot of money lagi, oh, a lot of money lagi. So we spend. Yeah, we want boba, yes can. We want Starbucks, yes can. We want what else? Yao very delicious, yes can. But actually, if we deduct fuel and everything, the portion for us to get some entertainment, for example, is actually not very much. And then we tend to also overspend our money, and this is very dangerous, because end up we will make, for example, personal loan. We will borrow other people's money, and that for me is actually something that we as a young people need to avoid. Because there is about, I don't remember the exact portion, which is I think 75%, if I'm not mistaken, is a person bankrupt is among the youngsters who start their life, and they are bankrupt due to the credit card, buying cars, and also personal loan. So if we are free from any debt, before you make a debt, make sure you go to bank, ask for financial advisor. Either you are actually eligible for doing loan or not, and either you are afford to pay back the loan or not.
I see. So like, what is the method of saving that you talked just now, which is once we get our income, when we have the money, we should like separate all, including our savings, right? So that we know just the exact amount that we can spend, so that we don't overspend.
Yes.
Right, true. Okay, I understand. So, nowadays people like to link their bank account to online shopping applications and food delivery services, for them to pay later. So in your opinion, how safe is this method? Is it kind of risky?
Link an account, for me, there is a benefit and also disadvantage, because if you heard of this one case recently, there is a kid who used his mother phone and he ordered 30 burger by using his mother's phone and simply doing the checkout and all the transaction, because the mother linked the card with at the mobile apps. And then for me, that is the disadvantage, because we do not know, because sometimes when our children borrow our phone and he just scroll, oh, burger, so delicious, I want burger, but he ordered 30. So for me, this is the risk part. And also we need to take care of our belonging. If let's say people stole our phone and they can, and even we didn't use passcode or any what we call password, the pin to enter the phone, people can just simply use our card or our money to transfer everything. So for me, it's better for us to make sure, if you want to link your card, make sure you take care of your phone very well. Or maybe because sometimes what I realize, I also connect my card to Touch 'n Go e-wallet, and it just simply just reload. It just between 2 or 3 clicks reload using the safe card, right? So it is also a tendency for us to overspend. For example, just reload. But we cannot remember how many amount of money left in that account actually. So we just reload. But if we use the normal way of transfer from my bank to you to this account, so we can see the balance, right, before we enter the amount. So it will make us what we call sedar diri, macam like, only 200 left. Okay, I cannot shopping more on Shopee this night. I cannot. So for me, linking a bank account to any apps is easy for us actually, but have a risk. For example, like this everything lah, because if we are not taking care of our belongings, afraid if people stole or children playing with our phones, and we need to make sure that our bank account card, because I'm afraid if we lost our card and we link it to our apps, but if somebody use our card, what happened? It will be more what we call headache. We need to think of this card, my phone, what happened? So it will be more process afterward if we come into that situation.
So you do not recommend to link?
If you want to recommend, yes, can, but make sure everything is going to be okay. Don't make sure make sure your money in that bank account you link to the card that you don't always use. For example, like a bank account or bank that you are seldomly use, or maybe you simply put money there, like for about 100, 200, just a small amount. If there is anything happen, you not lost a lot of money, right?
That's a smart way, you know, because we didn't bring the card, so there's less risk.
Yes.
I see. All right. So, how about like can cashless help to boost the economy of a country, and does it affect our monetary values?
Okay, it's actually like this. If we spend, regardless we use cashless or cash method, if we spend, for example, we buy Cadbury, right? So this is something economic things related. So we use our money to buy Cadbury. So during the lockdown, people don't buy Cadbury because they are staying at home. So people not buying Cadbury, and Cadbury factory, what they do, they need to stop their production a little bit because there is no demand for their chocolate. So after some times, the lockdown is released and we can go to the shopping mall. We buy that Cadbury. Everyone buy that Cadbury, right? So when people buy that Cadbury, what happened to the Cadbury factory? They will give a signal, you need to produce more. So in order to produce more, we need more machine. So in order to get machine, we have supplier of machine. So we will open more job opportunities for the people to do the machine. And also we need more people to be the operator in the machine line. So we open job opportunities for people work on that. So what happen when people more of people work right now? So unemployment rate will be lower. So the poverty rate also lower because now people can work. They can own their their own money, and also this indirectly what happened to this Cadbury factory? They can have more profit lah because more people buy, and then their sales increase. So when the higher the company's income, they will pay tax to the government. So government can help others back. The B40 especially, government can give back. So this is actually how money rotate. We can say we buy things, but we need to see behind that what is actually do. Oh, it create more job. Even the machine we see, oh machine, but in doing that machine we need specialized specialists. For example, engineer. We need more chip. So we need to import more chip. So this is actually import export. It actually things behind of our money, or the story is just begin with a Cadbury, a chocolate, but the story behind that is very big, and it's actually impact the economy.
So that's interesting, like how just a little chocolate can affect a lot of people. Actually, a lot of people, a lot of job opportunities, right? So last question. Is there any advice or tips for people who are beginning to adapt this cashless lifestyle?
For me, cashless lifestyle is actually familiar by everyone. But we need to make sure the way we use this cashless payment method is correct. And also, for me, everyone already know about this cashless because we have touch and go. And even if we pay with Boost, we can get cashback because this is very interactive, where people will indirectly want to know how to use this. I can get cashback, I get coupon, I get discount, like we have discussed before, right? So for me, in the future, I can bet that we can really move to the digitalization because everyone now, even baby, they have iPad. Their parents buy iPad for them. So since they are very young, they are actually know on these digital things. And for me, if we are success in this digital, we can move forward on any other further things because for me, in order for us to make negara maju, or we call developed country, we need to make sure that there is certain economic condition that we need to fulfill. For example, economic growth. There is certain about 4%, but Malaysia is not reached yet that economic growth of 4%. So if we can do this very successful, this is actually can call Malaysia as negara maju and developed country.
I see. So that's like a new way to look at it. Yes, if we go to cashless society, then we can definitely, be a developed country, inshallah. So that is all for tonight. Thank you, our special guest, Sister Durra, tonight. Thank you for stay tuned with us until today. So don't forget to follow us, IIUM TV, at YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And don't forget that we have a few episodes left after this. From other production, and we will see you inshallah till next time. Thank you.